Well, one of the latest social media trends is turning a bit sour for the influencer who's responsible for it. Fox 26 business reporter Tom Ziska says it's a difficult and maybe even expensive lesson here. Tom, you're looking very demure.
Well, Caroline, hello. So you never know when these viral moments will strike. There's a narrow window when people might buy into such things. So there is no time to waste, and this latest bit of drama is not demure. It is not mindful at all.
You see how I do my makeup for work? Very demure, very mindful.
When TikTok influencer Jools Lebron popularized the viral phrase, very demure, very mindful, with this post over the summer, it struck a nerve all over social media, millions of times, even being repeated by some of the most unlikely sources. Formula One Mercedes CEO Toto Wolff.
Have you realized that I've not been stretching my headphones? Very demure, very mindful.
As posters jumped onto the bandwagon, selling that message seemed like potential financial gold.
I've just invested so much money and time into this, and I feel like I did it wrong. Like, I feel like I didn't try hard enough.
But while LeBron was making plans to capitalize on the notoriety, someone else copyrighted the phrase first, seemingly locking her out of any possible payday.
There might be a flash in the pan, but that doesn't mean that there's not an incredible amount of money to be made during their so-called 15 minutes, right?
Copyright and patent expert John Rizvi says trademarks and copyrights are made for these brief social moments as much as they are for long-established brands. It's about striking a claim, he says, to something of value that can be protected by that legal designation.
Who knows how much longevity it has, but you need to file. You need to file for that trademark if you believe that you have something that's commercially viable, that's catching on, and that people are going to associate with you, then you need to go ahead and protect that.
So here's a bit of good news for LeBron James, or rather,
The basketball player?
I've done that so many times. Jools LeBron, thank you. Filing a trademark is not an automatic process. There's some subjective consideration to determine whether it's valid or not. So John Rizvi there thinks that she ought to fight it and probably win the challenge against this Washington State guy who tried to underhand.
Totally, and I know that this process can involve some money and can get expensive, but also you can trademark words like demure hair or
sure, it comes
girly.
down. Yeah, so like it depends on how you use it. Delta, for example, is an airline. It's also plumbing fixtures. Two totally separate things. They each have their own trademarks.
Right. So I think that there could be some options there for her, hopefully, because I am totally enjoying this trend and watching it all unfold on social media.
Amazing. It really is.
I love it. Thank you, Tom, for that explanation.
Well, the Fort Bend ISD superintendent now has sole authority to remove books from school libraries. Now, all of this comes after a vote that happened late yesterday where that board approved the controversial library